Welcome back to the Compound Podcast. This is episode 112. Kind of crazy we've done 112 episodes, huh? Presented by Parse Rum. I love Parse. You love Parse. When you drink a bottle of Parse, you plant a tree. Yes, Zach.
I got a huge shipment from Parse, and tell you what, the Toledo Mud Hens love the new hats. I was passing them out like they were going out of style. Everybody
The
wears
Cork
them.
hat?
Yes, dude.
The Cork hat is really cool.
I passed them out I probably got some in my locker. I had like 4 boxes in my locker. I didn't open them when we got back because we were driving through the night and I was tired. But last time I had the hats, they went like hotcakes.
Hotcakes, dude.
People were begging for them. Actually, though, people were pissed. They're like, "Why didn't you give me one?" I'm like, "Well, I had."
That's what I had. My pitching. The pitching coach came up to me. He was like, he listens. Sorry, Bach, but he was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "What? You're passing out hats?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was. It's players' locker room."
Oh my God!
Wow.
It's like
He won't be listening anymore now.
I was gonna say we just lost a fan. There's one less fan.
Yeah.
No, he's loyal. He's loyal.
I'm gonna bring him a hat next week.
All right.
Give him a bottle of Parse to make up for that rude thing you just said. I got a text this morning from Danny Mueller, who also listens, and he was on a walk with his dog Red. And every Tuesday morning when they go on a walk, they listen to the Compound. He sent me a picture of Red. Said Red was pretty sad that there was no episode out this morning.
Wait, Red is the dog's name?
Yeah.
Why isn't it blue? For Cubs. What is he, a Cardinals fan?
Oh,
In blue, out red.
hot take. I don't know, but he is a very large Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Whoa.
Very large.
I'll take blame for it not being out yet because we were going to record late last night and I was like, there's no shot I'll be awake. I slept for 10 and a half hours last night.
Did you not sleep on the bus?
What do you think? Look at me. You think I can sleep on a bus?
I do. You look good.
I mean, I'm still 6'7". Even if I'm a twig, I'm 6'7". Slept horrible.
All right, let's get into we're going to start here. Fantasy football. It's not my realm.
Me
It's
either.
your realm. Dakota.
Me either.
Dakota.
Fantasy football is no joke. For the amount of money that Jock Pederson and Tommy Pham are playing for, allegedly, from what I hear, the cost of the league is, I'd probably slap someone too. Like for that much money, what's going on? Like if there's some fishy moves, it's a lot of money. It's like, put it this way, the winner, I'm not going to say, I don't know if they ever said how much they would play for, but the winner is getting 6 figures. And that's slappable, that amount of money.
Are you saying that, as I understand it, how can you do fishy business in a league that's controlled by computers? Like if the guy's on the thing, he's on the thing.
What happened was apparently Jock Pederson had a running back who was out for the week, but not on IR. So you have an IR slot on your team that you can put someone on, say they're out 6 to 8 weeks, you can put them on IR. If the actual team in real life put them on IR, you can put them on your IR and then pick up somebody else so that you have somebody to start in their place or like somebody you can stash on your bench. And apparently Jock Pederson put someone who was only out for that week, only had the O next to his name, not the IR. He put him on it and then picked somebody up. And Tommy Pham did not enjoy that. But apparently Tommy Pham did the same thing. So I don't know. But I also have that's the very little details I have. I have no real info.
I'm not really sure how the computer in a league like that wouldn't it be like, no, you can't put that guy on the IR because there's no.
I'll tell you one thing after this happened. I'm sure ESPN's going to fix that.
Yeah, good point.
This is all it took.
Dakota's like the Adam Schefter of fantasy football over here. He's got a lot of sources, apparently.
I've got the amount that I get made fun of in our locker room for knowing things because I have friends is disgusting. I get made fun of all the time. And I always like to say my sources in Chicago, I say it all the time, which are Ian Happ, usually not Happ. It's usually just Efros because Happ doesn't tell me anything good. Scott will just text in our group text and I find things out.
Hap just confirms the news.
Yes. I'll like text Happ about something and I'm like, did this really happen? And he's like, yes. And that's all he says. It's just yes. I'm like,
also,
okay.
Now Scott and I can't tell you anything because you just revealed your sources.
I mean, you can't reveal your sources. That's journalism 101.
everyone knew Scott was my source because Scott loves to tell us things.
The thing that Dakota does, and now that Scott and I are together, we're like, you see this? Is he'll text me something and be like, blah, 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 and then I'll say like, yes, that's what's going on. And then he'll text Scott and be like, Ian just said this. Is it really what's going on? And then Scott and I look at each other and go like, is Dakota texting you? Be like, yeah.
This absolutely is a lie. That's an absolute fabrication. And it may have happened one time where I texted. This is one time. I know the one time that I texted Ian and he responded first. And then I texted in the group text with Zach, Duncan, and Mark. And that's how, or sorry, Jake Jacobson. And that's how we found out. It wasn't a texting you both solo. It's text Ian and then in the group text. So you're lying.
Is that true? Is he calling you a liar?
I don't know how he's calling me.
I ain't calling him a truther.
I ain't calling you a truther.
I'm obviously not lying because he knew the exact thing I was talking about.
I did. But it wasn't like I'm texting you and Scott at the exact same time asking the same question.
I think both sides get a point here.
Let's move on from Dakota's.
Because I also couldn't trust that Ian would tell me anything, so I had to text Scott at the same time.
That's a good point. Usually I don't tell you anything.
It depends what it is.
I'm a bad source.
Hap is just like a strictly business type of guy when it comes to us. He only talks about the compound. Whenever we're recording, he finds out the time, and that's kind of it. You know, you don't really hear from him too much.
He'll give us some details every now and then, but not like Scotty. Scotty lives to tell us what's going on.
Yeah. It's true.
Hey, you can't talk about Scott's going to listen to this and then you're going to lose a source because he
would never. He's a good friend.
Too addicted to breaking news to us too much. He's too addicted to it. Now he's got to scratch that itch.
The Cubbies had some debuts in the double dip yesterday. We've had quite a few debuts. I can't remember when anybody came up. Christopher Morel's been awesome. I think we talked about his homer, so he's been up for since the last episode.
Was our scouting report correct about him or what?
He's unbelievable. He's the nicest kid ever.
Yep. And the
I
fact
said
that
he'd be Chicago's favorite player within a week.
Yep.
Scott was coming into a game on the south side of Chicago against the White Sox, the first game that we won, and Morel's playing center field. Scott's running in. Morel high-fived him on the way in from the bullpen.
I love that.
And then he, 2 innings later, was out there again when David Robertson was coming in to close the game. He also jumping high-fived David Robertson.
God, dude, that
kid's amazing. He's just genuinely so happy and nice, and he likes to high-five and hug people.
He used to come out after, like, you throw the ball around the infield when a new inning starts, and he'd come to give you the ball when he was playing third base, and he'd give me a hug. Literally, we'd throw it around, and he'd come bring me the ball, hand it to me, and then hug me. And I was like, I'd laugh every time. I'm like, thanks, Morel. Let's do it.
He loves the hugs.
He's the man. He's the man.
He really is. And then we had Swarmer's debut. We've all played with him together in 19. I just talked about it a couple minutes ago on the radio. He's a guy that played in 2020 in a men's league in Reading, Pennsylvania. And he was striking out who knows who.
Did you see what his line was about that?
No.
Oh my God. It's incredible. He goes, I was facing guys that had no hair, Swarmer said. I was just trying to find anywhere to play or find live hitters.
Oh, it's amazing. He's been, I think his 19 was his first year in AAA when we played with him.
Yes. No, I think he came up in 18 a little bit, but I could be wrong.
He's had parts of 4 years AAA, more 5. I don't know, but
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember.
He's grinded it out for a long time. Didn't play at all in 2020. Was thrown in a men's league. Kept at it. Kept going, and finally got a chance to start in the big leagues. Gave us a great outing. 6 innings, 6 punchies, 1 earned.
I'm pretty sure he struggled last year, didn't he, Dakota?
Last year?
Yeah, like in 2021.
It was 2019 that he struggled.
Right, because 18 he was pitcher of the year.
18 was pitcher of the year. 19 was when there was the juice baseballs and we played in the PCL and pop-ups were home runs.
Yep. That's right.
But then he's always had a slider. His slider is a mystery to the world.
And there is
he threw
no
Zach
scouting. Yep.
Did you hear this stat? He threw 92 pitches yesterday, 50 sliders, 41 fastballs, 1 changeup.
And his slider, it's not like you can. I mean, yeah, you can sit on it, but it doesn't have a hump or anything. So it's like by the time you recognize it, it's either
identical,
a ball,
right?
Or it just goes like that. Like his fastball's here, and his slider is just that.
And
it's
also
literally a gyro.
Sometimes he'll back it up. So like to a lefty, like he'll start it over the middle and back it up to the down and away corner.
That's what his first strikeout he did that.
And sometimes it'll go this way.
That's what he did to the lefty. His first guy he faced, he threw like a backed up slider, and I was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, Colton Wong.
But
He backed up a 3-2 slider and punched him out. But that's what makes him effective. He moves the fastball around the zone, and then the slider could do anything at once.
I got 2 things with him. One, he is not scared, like as Dakota just said, to throw 8 sliders in a row. So it's like, okay, he threw me 3. He's probably not going to come a 4th. Oh no, he's probably got 3 more up his sleeve before he even thinks about throwing a fastball. And then he kind of gets bit by the bug of being 2 around the zone where guys are really comfortable. It's like, okay, I know I'm going to get something to hit. I'm not fearing for my life. But if that guy throws some up and in behind a guy, maybe, hey, I don't want to get in there.
The other thing about Swarmer is his personality. Like he said in the post game, like he had to calm down his adrenaline. I think that's a lie.
I think it's 100%
I think he made that
lie.
up. His personality, he's never been nervous pitching. Like he loves just throwing a baseball. Like he is out there and he doesn't realize how big of a moment it is. Like
if they called him up the day he got drafted, he would have been like, "Yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be."
Yeah. Like him, I just saw that quote where he said, like, I had to like settle down my adrenaline, and I was like, that's definitely something like he just thought he was supposed to say. Because I was like, he wasn't. There's no way he wasn't.
No, I've never seen him. Like I've never seen him rattled ever. The only time I've seen him rattled is like
pitching.
If somebody hits a homer, he's just like, "Damn, how did that go out?" But it's not like, "Oh my God, this is a big moment. Like I need to get off this mound." It's like, "Yeah, I'm the best."
He thinks he's better than anyone that steps in the box. Genuinely believes it.
100%.
And he's got an unbelievable wind up and leg kick.
Oh my God.
Also, just so everyone knows, in Chicago, his nickname is the K Train. That's what we call him. So it's the
K Train.
I wasn't starting the first game, and you should have heard me on the bench when he punched out the first dude, screaming, "K Train."
He's gross, dude. He throws 2 pitches and they can't hit it.
I said to somebody, I was like, "Does he only have 2 pitches?" They were like, "No, he's going to change up. He'll throw it to lefties." I go,
"No, he does not throw it." Look at it that way. Yesterday, he threw 92 pitches. He threw 1 changeup.
Let's get it on the report.
PJ was probably like, "That's it for the changeup. We're not throwing anymore."
Well, it's nice that PJ was back there to catch him, because I experienced catching him for a long time and understands his mix.
How about PJ went deep too? First homer.
PJ went
first
deep,
one.
First homer.
First one.
Really awesome. Nelson Velasquez, congrats on the call up. He got a couple knocks.
Hey, in the books, 110 off the bat.
Also, great guy. I love Nelson.
Great guy.
Nelly Flo.
Great guy.
He ripped that first hit. The missile. Did you see it, Zach?
Yeah, I did.
Infield single jam shot.
Yeah, a sick bunt single.
Hit him where they ain't, brother.
That's right.
That guy also has stupid pop.
And
he does. He's a very good player.
Espinoza. You guys ever play with him?
I learned he was in our organization the day he got called up. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, they called him up from AA, and he really did a good job of bridging the gap for us yesterday. We had Smiley threw 3 innings really well, and then had to come out of the game, and He gave us some length in a doubleheader with kind of a short bullpen after a long game with the White Sox. So that was awesome.
Doubleheaders are tough. 2 9s. That's a lot of baseball.
2 9s. Can I just talk about 2 9s for a second?
Off it.
I love baseball. I want to play as much baseball as we can play. Love it. Way into it. Love it. Awesome. 2 9s? It's a long day. 18 innings is a long day. And I didn't even play both of the games. Like I came in the 7th yesterday in the first game and then played the second game. But just being at the field for that long and just like being there early, getting your body ready for a 12 and then having to wait 3 hours, 4 hours, and then get your body ready again and do it again. Like it is a long day.
Two things. Was it was a day-night doubleheader?
Day-night.
Yeah, those are tough.
12 and then a 640.
Sick catch.
Thanks. Yeah.
That was
He's
show.
an athlete.
That was
As
show.
an athlete,
Yeah,
sorry about it.
Appreciate it.
They had a little stare to the bleacher fans. I like it.
Yeah. I was excited. I felt good about it. I would like to propose maybe we play 1 9 and 1 7.
Whoa.
I don't get
How
why
about
it's
that?
not just 2 7s.
I would love to do 2 7s. We did 2 7s for a full year. It was great. I don't know why we
So
did.
I was going to say, did they get a single complaint about 2 7s?
I don't think so.
It saves everybody. One.
Saves everybody, saves the pitching. Tom, no, not yet.
Okay.
Saves everybody. It saves the pitching. It's
Fans don't want 7. They come for 9. Way.
It's also when with what happened with the lockout, when you have to schedule 3 doubleheaders and then you get a couple rainouts. Like this week, we're playing 11 games in 9 days. How can anybody have the pitching to go 11 games in 9 days? It just doesn't exist. What, Tom?
I'm not in favor. I'm fine with 2 7s, but I'm just going to say on behalf of, I know I've seen a lot of people on Twitter, a lot of fans out there say they don't like 2 7s. I think anyone who's worked in baseball for a minute understands why you need 2 7s. I have no issue with it, but I just do feel like you asked, does anyone have a problem with it? I do think there are more people than you would think that have issues with 7s.
Well,
But I understand. I think all the points you make are really valid.
Well, we'll fight those people. Right, Ian?
Tom, I would like you to, on our Twitter page,
Yep.
ask the fans why. Maybe do a poll.
Do a poll. Yeah. Like, would you rather have 2
Maybe do a
7s,
poll.
9 7, 9 9?
Do 3 options: 2 9s, a 9 and a 7, 2 7s. Okay,
Okay.
and then ask the people for their reasoning.
But
I feel like you can't do a 9 and a 7 because how do you decide which game's the 7?
But the makeup game's a 7.
All right. Hey, you're the PA rep. I'm with you. I'll ride with you.
hey,
Why not?
Ian, I know he was against you, but Josh Hader throwing both games of a doubleheader is somewhat really impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did it. When I throw and then sit for 3 hours, oh man, it's like you stuck my arm in an ice bath and just said, how stiff can you make it? Like, it doesn't matter how much you threw game one. Like, it could have been 1, 2, 3 inning, 10 pitches. Like 4 hours later, the arm's still hurting. Not even 4. It was probably 8 hours later. He probably closed the first game at 3,
Close the
3:30.
first game at 3. Probably close the second game at 10.
Well, he would have closed it at 9 if you were playing in the minors with the pitch clock. Just saying.
Just saying. That was impressive. I did make a comment on the bench yesterday and say this. You don't see this very often.
He has a 0.
He still has a 0, and I think he has 18 saves. So
14, 16. I just looked at it last night. I think it's 16. He has 16 saves, like 14 and 2/3 innings in a 0
maybe
ERA.
look again, Tom.
I got it.
Yeah, yep. He's good. He's good throwing the
He's
baseball.
got 18.
Fuck, he's got 18. Fuck. It's like Ian knows what he's talking about sometimes.
18 and 6 and 16 and 2/3.
So I had the 2/3.
I didn't actually realize. I thought when you guys said a 0, it was something starting with a 0. He's actually just got a flat 0. Just 0.
Oh, yeah.
0.
He He
I
has
mean, it's
18
June.
saves without.
That's fucking insane. He's got a zero, a
He
flat
hasn't given up any
zero.
runs. I will be very interested to see. I think this is his last year of ARB after this year, right? And then he's a free agent.
Yeah, sure.
Be very interested to see how much money he makes.
He's got a 0.6 whip. He only lets on half a base runner an inning.
So he's
His ERA plus right now doesn't exist because he doesn't have an ERA, so they can't even calculate it. He's that good. It's just blank.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I think that team has a lot of confidence when they get to the ninth inning with elite.
And then they have Devin Williams in the eighth.
Yep.
Hey, good thing you guys only play them 18 or 19 times a year. It's all right. It's all good.
Yeah, I always think it's always funny about like when you different divisions and like there's guys that come from different divisions and are like, oh yeah, it's just different when you're playing in this division or this or that. NL Central's had good pitching for a long time. I was talking to, I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but I was talking to our hitting coach a couple weeks ago. I was like, yeah, I mean, when I came up, the closers in the Central were the lefty from Pittsburgh that threw 100.
Alvarado?
Lefty for Pittsburgh that threw 100 that had some legal troubles down the stairs.
Jose Alvarado?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
You know who I'm talking about.
I know.
I'm trying to think of his name.
He changed his name. That's why it's messing with me. Remember, he changed his name in between 2 years. He was one guy and then he was another guy. This is ruining my story. He's a left-handed pitcher from Pittsburgh through 100. He closed
Felipe
in 17.
Vasquez.
Yeah,
Yes.
and his name was something else before that.
Aroldis Chapman.
So he was with Pittsburgh. You had Corey Knievel, who was disgusting with Milwaukee. You had Iglesias with Cincinnati. And then the Cardinals had the dude who I can't remember his name right now that threw 100, right-handed, Trevor Rosenthal. And then, like, as you kept going, like, then Hader took over. And then, like, Bednar's now with the Pirates. And, like, ever since I've been in the Central, the closers have just been, like, ridiculous. And you kind of think about, all right, the Brewers, what their starting staff has had over the years. And then the Reds had, like, Sonny and Bauer, and Miley's been in the division on a couple of different teams. Like, different divisions kind of, it ebbs and flows, but like the Central's had really good pitching for the last 6 years.